What is your message to people in the House, Republicans, who are holdouts today, Congressman Malliotakis?
Look, no bill is perfect. We have to recognize that not everybody's going to get what they want, but the bill certainly is a very good bill. It is the product that the American people will celebrate because we're focused not only on those things that I've mentioned, giving that relief for our middle class, pro-growth, pro-jobs policy that will get our economy pumping again, national security measures. We invest in our military, we invest in our border, we give President Trump the tools he needs to keep us safe. And then, of course, we're protecting our most vulnerable, and we're doing it in a responsible way. We're rooting out the waste and fraud and abuse. And so the bottom line here is you may not like everything, you may not have gotten everything you want, but at the end of the day, it's a great product, and do not let the perfect be the enemy of the good here.
Chairman Smith just said failure is not an option. Speaker Johnson, of course, wants to get this done. July 4th is basically here. Do you think you get the votes today?
I think we can potentially get it done today. Look, the bottom line here is, as was mentioned, failure is not the option. If this is allowed to expire, the 2017 tax cuts, without us taking action, there will be a 22% increase in taxes for New Yorkers on average. Americans across the board will see $4 trillion in tax increases. The child tax credit, the standard deduction, will be cut in half. Personal income taxes and corporate tax rates will go up significantly. So this is something that could be detrimental to our economy if we don't take action. And so we got the best product working diligently out of the House and with the Senate. This is the best that we can get with the small, slim majorities that we have, but it does reflect the promises that we made to the American people.
A slim majority, in fact, needed a tiebreaker with JD yesterday in the Senate. All right, I do want to ask you about Democratic Zohran Mamdani, who secured the win there in New York in the primary. President Trump had a lot to say about him and the potential of, pulling back funding if there's a communist running New York City. It's a place you know very well. Mamdani put out a statement today, Congresswoman Malliotakis, saying his statements don't represent an attack on our democracy, but an attempt to send a message to every New Yorker who refuses to hide in the shadows. If you speak up, they will come for you. This is amazing to see how New Yorkers, Jewish, the largest population, outside of Israel, that he is having such a surge. What do you make of his popularity and the stance he just took against President Trump, who says, I have all the levers here, I have the cards?
Well, first of all, I think Mamdani is downright scary. We have so many people who have fled communism, my mother included, who live in New York. People from all over the world, whether it's Poland or Albania or Russia or Ukraine or Cuba. And they do not want to see communism here in the city that they came for refuge. We have to make sure that he is stopped. We have to make sure that he's defeated on the ballot in November. We have the ability to do that. Anyone who says that we need to seize the means of production, that is straight out of Karl Marx's communist playbook. It's not even a question whether he's a communist. He literally is taking Karl Marx's paraphrasing and using it as his own. And so it's very scary what we're seeing. You know where they seize the means for production? They did it in communist Cuba. And now people can't have access to medicine, they're rationing food, and people live in poverty and misery. Same thing in Venezuela. They seized the means for production, and people are eating out of garbage cans if they're not fleeing the country altogether. And so what I would caution my fellow New Yorkers is, this guy talks about affordability, talks about quality of life, he talks about public safety. He would make all those things worse. He would just look at where they've seized the means of production. Those are his words, not mine. I'm not paraphrasing for him. He's actually said that's what he wants to do, and so we must stop him. And I think we have the ability to do that.
He said a whole bunch of things that people are shaking their heads.
A whole bunch of things. That's right.
Yeah, a whole bunch of things he said that people are saying, wait, stop, pump the brakes. Really unsettling stuff. Appreciate your thoughtful comments on him and obviously the tremendous work that has to be done today, hopefully, to get it across the finish line. Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis, appreciate you. Thank you for being with us.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.